My fellow Americans, I want to take a moment to clarify something that should never be unclear in this country. The United States of America fully protects religious freedom. That protection is absolute when it comes to belief, worship, and peaceful practice. The First Amendment guarantees that freedom, and it applies to everyone. But the First Amendment does not protect coercion, intimidation, violence, or the imposition of religious rule on others. That distinction matters. Religion is a matter of conscience. You are free to believe what you choose, worship how you choose, teach your faith to willing participants, live according to your values. That freedom is fundamental and it must be defended. The government has no authority to dictate belief, and it never will. What is not protected is behavior that crosses into coercion or criminal conduct. That includes threats or intimidation in the name of religion, demands for money, obedience or submission based on belief, attempts to enforce religious rules on others, calls for violence or punishment against those who disagree. Those actions are not religious expression. They are violations of law. Under the 14th Amendment, every person is entitled to equal protection. No one can be subjected to religious penalties, taxes, or obligations imposed by private individuals or groups. The Supremacy Clause of Article 6 makes this clear. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. No religious doctrine, no ideology, and no foreign legal system supersedes it. Any attempt to replace constitutional law with religious law through force, intimidation, or coercion is unconstitutional and unlawful. That line is firm. The Constitution protects speech, even unpopular speech, but it does not protect incitement to violence, material support for terrorism, participation in criminal or seditious activity. That is long established constitutional law. When words turn into threats, intimidation, or coordination of violence, they are no longer protected speech, they become conduct, and conduct is subject to enforcement. This is important to say clearly. This country does not punish people for who they are or what they believe. We enforce the law based on individual actions. Millions of people of every faith live peacefully, lawfully, and respectfully in the United States. They are protected by the Constitution and are not an issue. The issue is behavior that violates the law. No group gets a free pass. No group is targeted for belief alone. The federal government has a constitutional obligation under Article 2 to enforce the law and protect public safety. That means investigating criminal extremism, prosecuting unlawful conduct, removing non-citizens who engage in violence or terror under existing law, uphold due process every step of the way. That is not intolerance. That is governance. America is a nation of freedom. And freedom survives only when it is paired with responsibility. Believe freely, worship freely, live peacefully. But no one has the right to coerce others, threaten violence, or undermine the Constitution. That is the line, and that line will be enforced. Thank you. Peace and blessings.